what I wanted to talk about today, before we got started with the meditation instruction, is based off of a text message that I got recently from someone who's been meditating with the instructions from the Path of the Golden Teacher video series for quite a while. But this person says that they reached a point where they're not sure if they're making progress, and they suspect that they might even be going backwards. And they didn't give any detail about that. And and for those of you who are brand new, this will be pertinent to you too. I I gave a couple of different answers, but afterward I wasn't really satisfied by them. And then the real answer came to me, and so I'm recording myself talking to this so I can send this to that person. But it's important for all of us as meditators, if you are a long-term meditator. Because the first answers that I gave this person was, yeah, maybe it's time to take a break. Go out and see what life is like for you without a regular meditation practice. And I mean that openly, not with any threats or like, no, you'll see that it's nothing like that. Just go. Sometimes over a lifetime of practice, there are seasons where we practice a lot, when we don't practice so much, when we don't practice at all. That's normal, especially as modern people. If we were nuns or monks or cave dwelling yogis and yoginis, that'd be different. We wouldn't have anything else to do but meditate, but we have regular modern lives. And I gave him some other tips, but they were about on that level, like maybe take a break, and see if you're re-inspired to engage later on. If not, you know. And the way I like to teach meditation these days is I want to make it available on different levels. So for some people, they'll meditate for mental health. Some people will meditate because they're preparing for a psychedelic journey or it's part of their psychedelic experience. Some people meditate for hopefully attaining a profound level of consistent peace at an existential level, which, if any of you are familiar with Buddhism, that is the goal there, to really have that release from suffering, from always chasing or running away from pain and pleasure, from wanting to be famous or not wanting to be a nobody, always choosing profit and trying to avoid loss of any kind, and a million different ways that we push and pull at life mentally to try and find worldly happiness. And even at those higher levels or those lighter levels of meditation where we're doing it for mental health or just to get to know our thoughts or to cope with anxiety, that's still on that level of pursuit. And there's a Sanskrit word for this way of going through life, or that when life is that way for us, is called samsara. And I try not to introduce foreign words very much, but samsara is a good word to know because it's that, well, I'm always looking for the better thing. How can it be better? I want to be a better person. I want to reach that thing. I want to have that special experience, even on the meditation cushion. When are there going to be fireworks? When am I going to hear the angels singing? When am I going to experience one of my chakras exploding, something like that? And so that takes me to the answer I really wanted to give this person who asked about, hey, my meditation might be going backwards or it's not getting better. Because it's a really crucial point that we can apply an attitude even as beginning meditators, and definitely as established long-term meditators. Take the attitude of completely letting go of expectation and hope of achieving anything by doing the meditation technique. And I'm saying this really for the people who are specifically looking for that profound level of peace, of letting go, of leaving the rat race of that word I used earlier, samsara. People who really want fundamental peace without chasing or running away from things anymore. The way to practice that, no matter what the meditation technique is to just truly, authentically be with what is. And if that means that your mind is spitting out a gazillion thoughts a minute on the meditation cushion, or you feeling all sorts of emotions to accept and be with. Or if you feel like you're having a moment of enlightenment or illumination or profound insight, or you're seeing spirits or whatever is happening, just be with that. But don't grasp onto it. Don't put it on like a medal of honor. Don't add it to your ego. Just whether nothing is happening, whether something horrible is happening, or whether something wonderful is happening, just be with as it is. And even if you're struggling with a basic instruction of following the sensation of the breath, or another sensation that's the object of your meditation, even if you're having a hard time, see if you can let go and be with whatever your experience is. Release the struggle. A long time ago, I went on a really important retreat to do a certain set of practices that I wanted to complete in time to attend a retreat in a different tradition. And I was really struggling because I didn't think I was getting through it fast enough or doing it right. And I wrote a letter to someone I knew who was in retreat for 3 years. He was in retreat. And so I asked him for advice on a letter, and I was really lucky that he actually wrote me back, because normally in that kind of retreat, there's no communication with the outside world. And the one sentence I remember from him that was really profound was, "The practice is as hard as you are." Right?
Yeah.
And so we can really take that attitude on whatever level of meditation or whatever your goal is with meditation, especially if you want to be a long-term meditator. If you want to take on a meditation discipline as a regular part of your life because it benefits you for whatever reason, a really great attitude to take is don't keep score and don't judge your experience. Really let go of any expectation. Of course, try and follow a technique, but don't measure yourself against your performance or anything like that. Your ability to be with whatever arises without judgment, without trying to refine it into something better, and without condemning it as a failure, without any of that, just being present, is the actual instruction, is the deeper technique. Following the breath, that's just a thing we do with our brain and our body. But the real thing is the attitude that we take during meditation, if your goal is that profound level of peace. That is not, it's not Instagrammable, right? It's not sexy, it's not flashy. There's nothing to post about online about this kind of peace. All you see online is a lot of flash, and this isn't about flash, right? Just acceptance and surrender. So that's the attitude I would recommend for anyone pursuing profound levels of peace, and even pursuing just that other thing of mental health, coping with anxiety, maybe even using meditation as a way to help with the grieving process. Acceptance of those emotions as they arise can be helpful, instead of trying to do it right. How do you grieve right? There's no right, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's the base, that's the deeper instruction to any relative instruction that I would give in a program like this.